evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Watch Party, the last Watch Party of 2023. As always, I'm Andrew, and I'm joined by Dom. Welcome, Dom.
Hello, everybody.
So, we're going to be watching Ghostbusters 2, a New Year's festive gem. I'm really looking forward to this. I can see we've got some great friends joining us, so just for everyone to know, tonight's sync point is approximately 5 seconds in, just where we see the Columbia Pictures logo, lady holding her sort of torch, and yeah. So, I can see over on YouTube, we're joined by Ms. Swift, Ace Arcadia, Jesse Flores, and the Horror Seeker. Welcome over there. And over on Discord, we are joined by our regulars. I can also see earlier we had Real Feels podcast popped in. We have Fraglord, Calbot, Mad Matt, Lizard Man, Edward the Black Prince, Sharon, Chaosphere, keep going down my name, Eric, and I think that's about it for the moment. So let's get into this anyway, because I just want to get into it.
Yeah.
So we're going to try something new. So we're going to now play the new countdown. Let's see how this goes. And then at the end of the countdown, press play. Let's give it a go.
It started at 10 and then got to 1 almost immediately.
There you go. No, it's done it. It did the proper countdown, checked it. And also, if you look now, I've listened to you, and it's a bit rough around the edges at the moment, but I've put a timer on screen for everyone. Welcome Brainwire as well. So now everybody knows where we are in the movie.
Exactly.
I'll make it a bit slicker, but just seeing how it goes down with you guys this week. It's not that fancy, guys, but it's something we needed, and I'll make it a bit slicker.
Yeah.
But there we go. Anyway, it's great to be here, everyone, this week for this. I love this film. When did you first see this? Usual question, when did everyone first see this? I saw this actually at the cinema when it first came out. I was quite young, and I was very excited by it.
I think this may have been my first live-action Ghostbusters movie. I think I saw this before I saw the first movie.
Okay. I think this
Mainly
film
because,
it gets a lot of hate, this film, for some reason. And I think
does.
It's a perfectly adequate sequel.
Yeah. Is it as good as the original? I don't remember it being as good as the original, but it's not significantly worse.
No, I don't.
It also fixes a lot of things. Like, if I remember correctly, Venkman is not a giant prick in this film.
No,
Or at least he's a reasonably nice individual.
Yeah. But I can see Miss Swift saw it on cable. Jesse Flores saw it at a drive-in when they were very little. Horror Seeker says, I remember renting it from Blockbuster over and over. Very nostalgic. Yeah. And it's quite a cool intro to it.
Yeah, it's significantly spooky.
It is.
And it's something that every parent fears happening. Their stroller just... Sorry, their pram. I need to remember my Britishisms. The pram just running off.
Exactly. Ace Arcadia saw it in the theatre when it first came out. And Lizardman says they found that more and more people are admitting they actually like this movie, and it's grown more appeal and fondness. I think it's I think it's suitably different from the first one. It kind of just gets going, and the soundtrack's back.
Oh yeah, amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, Mad Matt says the script was watered down to match the cartoon series, which makes sense.
The cartoon series, which was my introduction to Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The real Ghostbusters, starring the voice of Garfield as Peter Venkman. Ironic.
Lorenzo Music, was it?
I can't remember what his name was, but of course Bill Murray would then go on to voice Garfield in the live-action movie. So it's just funny how how Garfield and Ghostbusters are linked.
Now, this is the one thing I do find a little bit strange in this, as to how maybe it's a symptom of the script being in development hell for so long, and it's about to happen. The kids are obsessed with He-Man. And in 1989, the He-Man franchise was all but dead.
Pretty much.
Oh, and there he is. Well, Jason will be back in a few years, and he directed Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
It's very meta listening to their own anthem at a party.
So somewhere there exists footage of my 3 friends from high school and I dressing up as the Ghostbusters for our school dance, like our end of high school dance. It wasn't a prom; we had a prom as well, but we had an end of high school dance, and the DJ played the Ghostbusters theme specifically for us as an entry theme. It's amazing. I hope that footage never surfaces.
Exactly. Well, Edward the Black Prince, yes and no. Edward's saying ghosts aren't real is the dumbest statement in the film. But what I would say is, think of the modern world where there are many things that appear to be evident, that many people take as facts, that people will not point blank believe. We don't get into politics in these watch parties, as you know, we steer well clear of them. But as you know, with whichever side of the divisions in life you're on, there are many people who won't believe things that are blatantly obvious.
It's the most disappointing fact of life I've ever heard, and it's so correct. There are so many people who refuse to accept what's right in front of them.
Yes.
And so this is very believable. In fact, yeah, that's my biggest complaint of this film, that the Ghostbusters are so efficient. Mad Matt showing it.
Yep.
A very realistic depiction of oh.
I know what you're saying, Edward. I agree with you. I believe in ghosts with the Ghostbusters, I believe in all that. But, Alan, S1, welcome. Well, if you look on screen, my friend, if you look over there, you'll get your time check now. We've now put them on screen for you, for everyone. Hannibal Grimm, welcome. Who are you going to call?
Who's your favourite Ghostbuster?
Egon.
I figured it'd be Egon.
Yeah, Egon.
I think it goes without saying I'm a bit of a Venkman freak.
You're a Venkman fan.
He's just too charming, damn it. I can't help it.
Yeah, Jesse Ferris says Egon. I think everyone's saying Egon the best off Edward the Black Prince. Jesse Ferris agrees. Yeah, Horror Seeker Venkman.
There we go. Horror Seeker and I. Venkman till the end. I don't like trick questions. All of them is the correct answer, Hannibal Grimm.
I think I've just noticed something. I'm not sure if it is or not. I think Dana maybe brought Egon a little present, because there's like a little Christmas present wrapped on top of the water cooler.
Oh.
I just noticed.
Janine. Okay, that's very fair.
Yeah.
She's probably the most efficient of the squad.
What about Lewis? He's kind of a Ghostbuster.
Oh yeah, Lewis is great. Oh god.
That's cruel, isn't it?
Just a touch.
Take away the puppy. Now, you'll appreciate this, Dom. This is a very, and I don't mean this in any kind of a pun sense of the term, an alien concept that we've had on other watch parties for those within the UK, because we do not have this kind of, for the most part, this kind of local cable television.
Yeah. Well, we had the BBC. I guess local television, we are so small that local television didn't really matter.
Well, we did have local television in regional news, but it wasn't done in this kind of channels like that. There were main channels with small pieces of local news, not, this kind of schlock.
Yeah. Which is depressing. I wish we had this kind of schlock.
Oh, yeah.
I guess YouTube became this. Like we
Yes,
see, everyone
exactly.
has.
And Sharon says, I'm most fond of Ray. She's always been a big Aykroyd fan.
That's very fair. Ray is
Mm.
he's wholesome. He believes in everything, like Dan Aykroyd himself. I just love the hustle. I love that Venkman is so cynical and just hustles
Exactly. Hannibal Grimm's
frivolously.
right. Hannibal Grimm's right. YouTube is public access television's final form.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Do you know something, though? And this is just a thing. I hate New Year's.
Why?
I hate it. I
Do you just
absolutely hate.
despise Lang Syne? Is that it?
No. I hate New Year's and this whole thing they're talking about because it's just the clock ticking over to another day. It's just the calendar goes at one more increment.
As
A lot of
someone
a
who
lot of a
was
lot of
slightly,
false sentiment on it.
yeah, that's fair. What was your opinion on the Y2K phenomenon? Did we talk about this last year? I think we did.
I don't know if we did. I've got a bit of a different perspective to many people on it because I made a lot of money from Y2K.
So you pulled a Venkman and scammed everyone.
No, I didn't scam anyone. No, I was working in IT support at the time. I was a bit more
Yes.
I was more junior in the world of computers, but I was on call for the Millennium.
Uh-huh.
So I received an inordinate amount of money not to go out partying on the Millennium Eve. And basically nothing happened. But I will say, Sharon's saying so much hype and distress over nothing. The reason nothing happened without blowing my own trumpet was people like me, many people going out, updating computers, checking things, fixing things. There were a lot of companies that a lot of things were fixed in the run up to the Millennium.
My Y2K, God, I don't know if I have told this before, but if anyone is familiar with the singer of the band Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant, he lives very close to where my grandmother used to live, and for the Millennium, I was at his house having a rock star party for the Millennium, and I fell asleep on all of his guests' coats because I was like 8 years old.
Oh dear.
Closest I'll get to a Coke party, probably.
Yeah. Alan says, I hate the bit between Christmas and New Year's. Nothing gets done, and it just feels like wasted days.
That's true.
Mm.
Nothing gets done, but I like the nothing that gets done. It's like a relaxation. I have, as everyone knows, we are in the process of getting kickstarted for. Not actually kickstarted, but we're kickstarting ourselves for In Search of Darkness
Crowdfunding.
90s. Yeah. And I have felt pressure because nothing's getting done, no one's doing anything, and I'm eager to get things done and I can't. So for the first time in years, I am experiencing that that slog of darn. I wish the world would start again.
Well, yeah.
Janosch. Yeah. How has Dana had like such artistic
It's
integrity?
Well, it's just a bit weird, isn't it? That she's gone from being playing in a
An
philharmonic
orchestra.
orchestra. Was it a cello or it was a cello? She was a cellist, wasn't
I
she?
think it was a cello, yeah.
Yeah, it was a cello because he picked it up and started sort of playing it like a guitar at one point, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she played a cello in an orchestra, and now she restores art.
Restores art on the site. Whose side gig is that? I restore ancient art. Also, Ms. Swift, what accent is it supposed to be? Yes. Ray's occult books. I would unironically love to visit this store.
Well, Sharon says it doesn't look like she's restoring. It looks like she's wiping all the paint off. It could be worse. Don't know if anyone remembers this when this happened.
Oh yeah.
Someone had a go at restoring a painting. But Ray, it's nice to know Ray's occult books is still going.
It is.
Because it was in
the latest
Ghostbusters.
trailer for
it was in Ghostbusters Afterlife as well.
I like how the Ghostbusters themselves went out of business, but this occult bookstore somehow still survived.
Hang on, it's in New York.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, loads of hipsters just
If you
visit
lived
there
in-
all the time.
Are you telling me if you lived in New York that there aren't multiple 24-hour occult book superstores?
I'm annoyed there aren't more here in Vegas.
Yes.
Although used bookstores are going up. I've seen several pop up recently, and it's surprising me. I'm happy about it, but I don't understand it. It's one of those magical things I don't have to understand.
Midnight on Saturdays is weird hours. Must be a large demand for occult books. Exactly. Miss Swift is saying Dana has soap opera levels of career switching and baby making. Oh, she's still
So what's her
practicing.
side gig?
She's still practicing her. Why has she got so much money in New York for this fantastic apartment?
I have no idea. Well, she is
in a building that has nice artwork. Oh no, it's a fire hydrant. I thought I was going to say there's nice artwork in the hallways. It's a fire hydrant thing.
There's this beautiful piece of art. We call it a light switch.
Yes. That's true, Edward. You can ask that for everything set in New York. True.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good point, Mad Matt. Maybe insurance payout from the last movie.
No,
I don't
true.
know.
Yeah, the
I don't know.
building
Would
did
they have had an
explode.
insurance payout from the last movie because it was it an act of God? I don't know. Exactly, Sharon. Could everyone afford these spacious apartments in late 80s in New York City?
Oh yeah, I forgot this is the film where he plays the cello
Plays
like a
it.
guitar.
I thought it was in the last one for some reason.
I think that's part of why I appreciate both these films as a double feature, especially
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 1 and 2, because it does feel very close to the first one in terms of the writing, the tone. I don't understand the hatred it received at the time. Maybe because my life I've always known Ghostbusters 1 and 2 exist.
Yeah.
And I can watch them both very easily. But it's a comfort movie, and I don't dislike it. I never have. I've always been a staunch defender of the sequel.
How old is Oscar supposed to be here?
I'm terrible with kids' ages. I can look
I'm
at
guessing is he supposed to be about 6 months?
Yeah, exactly. I think
I'm
he's
going to say Dana's partner left 3 or 4 months. Yeah, I'm going to say Dana's partner left pretty quick.
Mm.
Oh no, it could have been nearly a year ago though, couldn't it? I guess if depends when he left. Exactly, Alan. It's nice to see Sigourney Weaver in a non-alien role.
Look at this kid's room. It's amazing.
Yeah, she has. She's in a very nice bedroom for him. Edward's saying the first half of the film's the weakest. I don't know. I think it's quite reasonable establishing things.
Yeah. How many years between this and the original was it? Was it 4 years, 5 years?
4 or 5 years, yeah. I mean, in 84 it came out. So yeah.
Yeah. So there's a significant time skip.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Miss Swift
You
saying,
got to
when's the watch
re-establish
party
them.
for Working Girl? Sigourney in a non-alien role, and as the villain. Oh, Miss Swift, I'd love to do that. I love me 80s films. Maybe one day.
we had we had a watch party for a non-alien Sigourney role not too long ago in Galaxy Quest.
That's right. But it's science fiction related, though.
Yeah, there was aliens involved.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, Edward. It is more memorable moments are in the second half. That's because it all ramps up, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, as Brits, we wouldn't have understood that because we
No,
don't have Oscars hot dogs in
no.
here.
But we do. I understand now. I speak fluent American because I wish I was an Oscar Mayer hot dog.
All right. I think as a kid I didn't understand that
No,
that joke, but as an adult that just got me.
exactly, Mister Stewardess. I speak American. Oh, don't. That reminds me of something I saw this week, actually. The Christmas trees they've got there for sale. On the
Yeah.
way to the main, when I go to Cardiff, which is a big city near me, one of the ways I go is sort of through a semi-rural destination. And there is a Christmas tree, like it in kind of a field. They set up a temporary Christmas tree lot where people pick up their trees.
Gotcha.
And they never sell all the trees. And now, when you go past, they've not bothered to collect the trees they didn't sell. And it's just like this graveyard of dead
Oh,
trees laying on the ground, cast
that's
aside.
horrific.
It's like Christmas goes here to die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly, Chaos Fear. The pothole fairy is at work.
Like anyone would notice potholes just turning up. Actually,
Yes.
no, the reason they've stopped them is because they've seen workers actually working. It's
Yes.
surreal. So hang on, something's
Oh, hang on.
amiss here.
I need to find there's a sign they've put in the UK now. Hang on.
Workers actually work.
Trying to find it. Oh, I'm gonna have to find this. There's a sign. There's a sign. I've got to find a picture of someone posted that I've seen a few times.
100% lizard man. If you just act like you know what you're doing, no one's going to
Yeah,
question anything.
exactly.
How have we not seen Vigo come back yet?
I'd like Vigo to come back.
Evil? I'm sure that character was put in place probably mainly to appeal to the younger demographic, to
Do
make
you
it more
think
kid
so?
friendly. I think so because he's so goofy, but the goofiness is so memorable, and everyone loves it. It's unanimously beloved.
He's not terrible, is he?
Oh, he's great. The actor just goes absolutely
I
bananas, and it's
mainly remember him
lovely.
from the Mr. Bean film.
I don't remember the Mr. Bean film at all.
The first Mr. Bean film, he's quite good in it. And he plays actually. He
The
does. He
same
plays an
character?
art. He plays an art curator in it.
It's about right.
Yeah, to Peter McNichol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he plays. Yeah, he plays the curator of an art gallery in America.
How do you get typecast as an art curator? Oh god. I Oh, it's great. I think I think at the time when this was introduced to me
Yeah.
was when I watched Power Rangers the motion picture.
Oh right,
So
with Ivan Ooze.
with Ivan Ooze, exactly. So Pink like coming to life ooze was a theme of that year.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that cost to do.
And also, the pneumatic transport system in New York was a real thing.
Oh.
Those tunnels were a real thing. The old pneumatic transport system was a failed project.
Why does Dana have a candle holder at the ready? Have you ever been in a power out at like night where everything goes pitch black? Before
Yeah.
phones were flashlights.
Oh yeah. One thing I do like is the fact that on, Android phones we don't do it for now. Now iPhones as well. You can now switch your torch on by saying the word Lumos to your phone
That's incredible. I didn't
from
know
Harry
that.
Potter. So and the better thing is on an iPhone. Well, I'm sure Android phones do as well. You can use the activation word. So across the room, I can say, "Hey," I'm not going to say it because I don't want to my phone name, and then the word Lumos, and it'll turn the torch on.
That's incredible.
Yes. And if you say Nox, it turns it off. So it's all just like Harry Potter.
Well, that's just cute, isn't it?
It is.
I remember being in a blackout one time. I was very young, 10, 11 maybe. The lights all went out. My run of Resident Evil 2 died on me. I was very upset. I didn't get to save. I didn't have glowing eyes.
Welcome,
Like
Immortal
here.
Rimus. You can answer
Welcome
that question yourself, my friend. If you look on the screen, you'll see to the side up there.
to the up.
We've now put a timer on screen for people. How's that?
Yeah, I'd never seen such darkness because it was Birmingham, so there was no moon. All the street lights were out, all the lights in the house were out, and I had to, by memory, go around my house and find a candle which I could then light. I think I lit it off the stove.
Oh, I miss Rick Moranis. I wish he would come back. I know he quit acting for a very noble and appropriate reason. I just hope at some point in his life he can come back to us for some more of his comedy.
Effortlessly charming.
Yes. Yeah, Sharon saying, lost power for 3 days last year in the midst of a blizzard. Never again. I fixed The generator. Yeah.
Good
I'm
God.
fortunate. I don't live in a place where it would be that kind of thing would happen.
Can I hire him as my lawyer when I go down for something I didn't do?
Exactly. I kind of wish that he could have come back for Ghostbusters Afterlife in some way.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe he'll appear in the next one.
Perhaps. I did really enjoy Afterlife, seeing
did.
old Harold get a very beautiful send off as well.
But it
Was
was
actually
done
heartwarming.
respectfully, and it wasn't creepy or weird how they did it.
No, it was lovely and sad.
Yeah. I think what they did that made it right was they didn't have him speak.
Yeah. I'd seen this ghoul once before, over in Australia. Went by the name Ivan Ooze. Had horrible CG towards the climax of the film. You can almost see the strings of the puppet master there. Just I love him. I love Lewis Tully.
He's brilliant.
The character clearly changed a lot since the first movie, because in the first movie he was this hip, like, kind of a douchey guy.
He was kind of a douchey accountant, but I think he got kind of brought down to earth.
Yeah, he was humbled greatly, and in this movie, he's just wholesome. You just want to protect him.
Yeah.
Quick, call the ghost that never lies? You mean George Washington, or is there another ghost that never lies? Honest Abe? How many presidents are, like, honest and don't lie? Yeah! Marketing. It's such a good thing.
Well, this thing
Nixon?
This case they're going through. This has to be a civil action.
Yeah. Wait,
because but there would have to be a jury if it was a criminal case.
You're right.
Exactly, Immortalist. It's amazing how everyone is quick to bury them without strong evidence of their own. Yep. And Sharon goes back to what we said earlier about people not believing blatant things that happened.
They need cousin Vinny to come in and.
My cousin Vinny in this courtroom would be the best. That. Please don't mention my cousin Vinny anymore. I'll have to watch it tonight because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. Because it is a perfect movie.
It's great. It truly is great. Just warms the soul.
Yeah.
I like to think I'd be that bitter if someone told me something doesn't exist, and I'm a Ghostbuster, for example. So the Ghostbusters 3 that we never got, we did get in the form of a video game, in Ghostbusters the video game. It was amazing. It really was and it had the whole cast. And it was a beautifully done video game and a very good trilogy.
So
Makes it sound like a thriller, but a
Sharon's
third.
saying apparently you can have a criminal case heard by a judge. It's called a bench trial. Yes, exactly. More from if Ghostbusters and my cousin Vinny are in the same studio, then a shared universe is confirmed. I think this exactly as man. The blue thing I got from her. The script on this is tight.
It is. And again, here we have the hero's march in the theme, and these schlubby guys who are very out of practice. Do, Ray, Egon.
But one thing I liked that they did with this reminds me about Ghostbusters Afterlife and why I think it worked well, because they didn't try and have the new kid Ghostbusters effectively doing this kind of banter off each other.
Yeah, they were different characters,
and they reserved it for when the OG Ghostbusters came in.
Did you say Utes? The effects are so magical in these movies.
They are. It's ILM.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
And they hold up so well.
Oh, definitely. And the soundtrack, everything's still... It's a Ghostbusters film for sure. It doesn't... It's not the first Ghostbusters, but it tonally feels... It's not like, oh, this is all really weird from the first. I don't see anything except a threadbare connection to the first. It's...
Yeah. What's in your private zoo, Venkman? Kind of concerned. And who doesn't want to use a ghost trap and all this kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I had so many Ghostbusters toys as a kid.
Oh, I was a bit too old for them, unfortunately.
Oh, it was prime kid Ghostbusters time. Like the Extreme Ghostbusters was coming out when I would turn like 10. So, it's so good. Such a good time to be a kid.
Yep, and everything's back open again. Exactly, Immortal Miss. You've been watching this film for years and don't got the negative Nancy's have to see. It's a worthy sequel. It's a lot of fun. An Ecto 1, or Ecto 1A. So I'm assuming then that's not the original Ecto 1. Because the license plate says 1A. Well, no, the other one's possibly being restored elsewhere, because as we see in Ghostbusters Afterlife, Ecto 1, which is the car they've got, looks more like it did in this film. It's all beaten up, so maybe they built another Ecto 1A. It's a separate car.
The Ghostbusters game on like the Nintendo Entertainment System was actually not that bad.
I love the crappy adverts, crappy commercials.
Yes, I love them. Who are you going to call?
To call Ghostbusters. The only thing is, it's a shame they don't bring up they don't mention the hot beverage mug with free balloons for the kids again from the first film.
The merch.
I mean, this is a great scene for just literally a 20-second scene.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It was weird for me seeing Slimer
Yeah.
in the films because I was so used to him being the Scooby-Doo of the gang in the cartoon.
Oh, no, it's in this film.
It is here, yeah. Limited one per family.
Limit one per family. That's the thing. A lot of the stuff I love about this film is because it does blend with the first film in that respect, because it doesn't feel dissimilar.
I love Egon's insults. You have a weak electrical bond.
Oh, that's cool. Miss Swift was driving to DragonCon one year and shared the road with a replica of the Ecto-1 for a few miles. That's cool.
Oh.
Ah. Lizman says they actually revealed the mood slime came from a slime factory on the Ivo Shandor Island in the video game.
Yeah. The video game was great. Really is good. At least watch a playthrough, Andrew. It's great. The storyline in it's phenomenal.
Oh.
Nice catch.
Yep. Lizardman saying, I want a dancing haunted toaster. And Alan S1 says, I've been to the fire station with Ghostbusters sign in New York. Amazing area with some food diners. That's cool. And Immortal Rumor says, if I'm ever in New York, I'm definitely visiting the Ghostbusters HQ Firehouse. I think I would too.
Some of my friends are in New York at the moment. I might command them to visit the Ghostbusters Firehouse. Good old Bassmasters.
Bassmasters. He's the kind of guy I would have found in that. What's that giant outdoor store I went to in America? What was it called? Bass Pro.
Bass Pro Shop, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be there, wouldn't he?
Road. Of course he would.
Yeah.
The Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah. That's right. I went to a Bass Pro Shop and it was like, what is this place? We have nothing like this in the UK.
It's peculiar. The Bass Pro Shop is such an oddity. I don't know how so many exist. That is exactly the look I would give someone who made that noise behind me.
Have we done a watch party for In the Mouth of Madness? No, we haven't.
We haven't yet.
Well, Dom, I've got to tell you, next year, my wife kindly got me, apart from my 2 weeks in Disney World in the summer, I'm going to be having a week in Disney World as a Christmas present from my wife. end of
In the
November,
summer.
beginning of December. So you'll have another
Oh,
session.
another couple of weeks where I can pick whatever the hell I please.
Yep.
Who wants Super Mario Bros. The movie, the OG? Let me know. It's not a horror film, not really, but $20 is $20. I'm easily bribed.
The Joe Fernandez is over. He's kind of like proto Borat.
Sweet on this
Chaos Sphere says, "Great, a replay of Extro."
Don't tempt me.
Oh, you could though, Dom. While I'm away, you could do
Extra 2.
You could do the summer of Extro. You could do a mini. I'm away for like two or three watch parties in the summer, so you could do all the Extro sequels back to back. That sponge thing looks like one of those things that got recalled because children were drowning.
Yeah. This scene is horrifying.
It is.
I think whenever I've seen
Do you know what else I
screenshots
find
of
horrifying as well about that bathtub?
Go on.
The fact it's pushed into the corner of the bathroom, yet it's not a rectangular one sealed straight to the wall. So there's a big gap at the corner
Yeah,
for
there's
crap
this
to
edge.
fall down.
You let your loofah just fall behind there, and it will be the forgotten corner. This pink slime.
That's it's made in like the corner you can't clean of the bath.
Yeah. But yeah, I always mistake this scene for something from The Blob.
Miss Swift says we used to have a tub like that. It sucked.
Yeah.
Tell you what I did learn about though when my niece was younger. Jelly bath.
A jelly bath?
Basically, it's you add it to the bath and it turns the water into hot jelly slime.
Why?
For kids, because kids love slime.
Why?
And then you get a chemical you add to it that turns it back into water.
Why?
It's a real product you can get on Amazon called Jelly Bath.
Oh. I am so
Hannibal
envious
Grimm is a
of
real product, I'm
Venkman's,
afraid. Yeah.
Venkman's apartment here is the stuff of envy.
It's spelt GELLIBAFF, if anyone wants to buy it.
So, jelly bath?
Gelly Bath.
Gelly bath?
That's what it's called. Hannibal Grimm's like, I don't want to get that from Amazon.
The occult reference net.
Yeah.
Magicians, martyrs, and madmen? Oh god, a Vanilla Ice movie. No. The closest we'll get is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Chaos feels so much Vanilla Ice's film. Cool as Ice. Where he plays a biker with a heart, a biker
with a heart of gold.
With a heart of gold.
Yeah. Boo! The Jets suck. You won't get me supporting the Raiders yet, though. They need to do a lot to win me over.
Venkman's got a pretty sweet apartment too, to be honest.
I know. I'm jealous. That's the only proper use for a Jets jersey. See, Venkman has such a nice arc in this movie. He's such a
Yeah.
good dad. I have used that line, and it has worked.
Immortal says, on the suggestion board of the Prince Charles Cinema, I always write down the 1989 version of The Blob along with David Cronenberg's The Fly and John Carpenter's The Thing, and the triple bill of superior remakes. That's fine, but I thought you were going to refer to The Fly too, which I can't watch because that film wrecks me.
Oh yeah, it's the 80s the remakes.
Yeah.
The Blob, The Fly, The Thing. Put him down. Edgar.
That's a nice fade. Oh.
Yeah, it was a very pleasant fade.
I'm not sure why we just had those kind of semi-tribal drums for that scene heading to the museum.
I dug it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool, but it didn't really fit in with any of the rest of the score for some reason.
Yeah. I've been getting really into like tribal soundtracks recently. Like, did you ever see Farscape?
Bits of.
The intro to Farscape is amazing. The soundtrack is just insane, and I love it.
Yeah, that's right, Immortalimus. The twins were played by... Sorry, the babes were played by twins, sadly, and one of them did pass away a few years ago. With mental health problems, unfortunately.
Ah, yes, Rigel the 16th. Why are you came? That's the best answer he could possibly have given.
The Upper West Side?
Farscape is not a reboot of Blake 7, no. No, Farscape is its own crazy Australian nightmare. It's amazing.
I think what we have to say, though, is that Vigo has the best voice actor possible for this.
Vigo?
Yep. Vigo's voice actor in this film is Max von Sydow.
Oh my god! It is!
And now you hear that, you're like, yeah, I love Max von Sydow even more.
The man couldn't get any cooler, and yet he somehow did.
Yes.
As much as I really do love Venkman, I think if I was any of these Ghostbusters, I'd be Ray 100%. I'm too giddy when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I get taken by the supernatural far too often. I'm so susceptible to that kind of stuff.
If you notice, though, Venkman is quite interesting because Venkman, very much in this film, keeps himself on the periphery of the Ghostbusters. He is involved in bits and pieces, but he flits away and does his own thing quite a lot.
Yeah. Ghostbusters do all the heavy lifting, and Venkman is just there.
Yeah.
In the same way that Bill Murray was kind of auxiliary for the creation of this. Oh no, she cleaned.
Oh, God.
Lizard Man, you're completely right. It's great that even though the Ghostbusters are dealing with horrifying things that might destroy the world, they take it in their stride and take the piss out of it a little. Mostly Venkman, but that's his charm.
Immortalimus. Hey, Slopes. Yeah, we're watching Ghostbusters too, my friend. Such a great film.
Mad Matt, how dare you rationalize that Farscape is a reboot of Blake 7? Prison ship, warrior woman, telepath, thief, strong giant, reluctant anti-hero. Okay, fine. So
Exactly. Our friend Slopes Game Room's in here, and he says nowhere near as bad as people make out. It's not bad. It's a fun, good film. Exactly. See, I think it's this. I think it's as much a conspiracy as
Yeah.
I think it's as much a conspiracy as the people are talking about the stuff never happening in the Ghostbusters universe, because everyone's saying, "Yeah, I like this film."
Yeah. I want to meet people who dislike this film and inquire why.
Or is it we all agree that this is fantastic and the 2016 Ghostbusters never happened?
Yeah. Let's just agree with that.
The 2016 Ghostbusters film made you realise how bad this could have been.
I remember someone saying that this film feels very spiteful compared to the original. I don't agree.
No.
In fact, I think this is more optimistic than the original.
Yeah, quite possibly, Miss Swift. It was the backlash from the summer of '89 movies having so much hype.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you remember, this did go up against Batman, against Last Crusade, so it was up against some big, big movies.
It was.
Exactly, Chaosphere. There was no Ghostbusters movie in 2016. Well, Janine's been very diligent because her actual computer itself has no cables plugged in the back, only the monitor.
That's incredible work.
Yeah, she's very diligent tidying up for the new year.
You may not like it, but this is what peak
Miss Swift,
femininity
yes,
looks
Star
like.
Trek. Star Trek 5 2, yes.
Ah, yes. Star Trek 5.
5. Oh, he's got his mustard waistcoat on. He's very dapper. I had a mustard waistcoat in the late 90s.
Why?
In the mid 90s. I was going to like cool parties and things where I'd wear my
Mustard waistcoat.
Mustard waist. It was the look.
I don't know. In the mid 90s, I was wearing surfer clothing.
Actually, Calbot, you might be onto something. The woman at the beginning predicted the end of the world on February 14th, 2016. Ghostbusters premiered on July 15th, 2016. Not too far off.
Calbot, you've just uncovered the biggest secret of all time.
Oh, no.
Where do I get giant magnifying glasses like that?
Yeah, Amazon. Everything on Amazon.
Along with my jelly bath.
Yes. You can use it. You can take your giant magnifying glass into your bath of jelly bath and be looking at the cubes in your hand.
That's one way of surviving.
Yeah.
God, Winston really is the hardest worker, isn't he, of the Ghostbusters? I do love this version of New York.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I picture New York in my head, it's
this is how
New York.
Yeah, this is how I picture New York, and I know it's not.
I was so disappointed when I went in the mid 2000s. I only almost got run over once.
Exactly, Immortalist. You could always depend on Winston and Ernie Hudson in real life.
New York is a lie. There is no New York.
You know we're over halfway through this film now.
It's going by quick.
It is. It's a...
there's been very little ghost busting, but that one montage we had that lasted about 2 minutes was
Yeah.
mwah.
But I don't need them to be establishing themselves, or it just showed their back. And that's what you
Yeah.
need. You don't need.
That's all you needed. Yeah, you don't need the whole film to be about them busting ghosts.
No.
The characters themselves are entertaining enough to watch. The rats of unusually large size.
Hannah Grimm says, I'm waiting for the day where I bump into Ernie at my work.
That'll be the day.
It's weird, isn't it? Because New York isn't America's capital city, yet it feels like it is.
It does.
In this weird way, doesn't it?
I would not be surprised if we start seeing a lot more films and television based around Las Vegas. We're building loads of studios here, and a lot of Hollywood is moving here.
Yeah, I know it was Cal, but it was briefly the capital of America. Ooh.
Genuine, awesome scare. But yeah, we're becoming the new Hollywood, and I don't know how to feel about that. All the damn California drivers coming to my neck of the woods.
Exactly, Immortimus, the United Nations buildings in New York.
Mm-hmm. I found that whenever I caught this film on cable, I'd always come at this scene.
Oh.
Of Ernie getting run over by a ghost train. Just suplex it. Anyone who gets that reference, we can be friends. Just suplex the ghost train, it's fine. I'm waiting to see if anyone gets the reference.
Ray.
Guys!
Yeah, I'd be getting that proton pack.
Oh, for sure. What's that, Hannibal Grimm? Did you get the reference?
Oh.
Hey! Too many people got the reference, actually. I'm impressed with you all. Thank you for making me not feel...
Blancmange.
It does look like blancmange.
Oh, sorry, Don, we better explain.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think blancmange is particularly... It's a type of pudding that they have in the UK that people used to eat many years ago. It's like a gelatin-based pudding.
Blech. I love Ernie's screams. Your tie is quite dapper there. What is it, the cycles of the moon?
I'm not even sure if that's the appropriate glass to be drinking that wine out of.
Oh well, this film's terrible now. I understand all of the hate it
Yeah.
gets. If it can't
Yes.
even have good
The
wine
right wine glasses.
What's next? The wrong kind of silverware at the table? Are they gonna
He's
have
buttering using his steak knife.
Okay, if they did butter with a steak knife, they need to get out of the restaurant.
Well, speaking of the year 2000, did anyone see the kind of Ghostbusters kind of remake that came out in 2000? It's pretty terrible. But it wasn't Ghostbusters, it was Ivan Reitman, but very similar.
What was it?
Evolution.
Oh my god, I did! I liked Evolution! I actually really enjoyed Evolution.
It was kind of a bit like a Ghostbusters successor, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. I also huge X-Files fan, so anything with David Duchovny and just... Sorry, I got distracted by the movie. Oh, Lewis, I love you, you gentle soul.
Do I like Californication? I've not watched it actually, Dan. I probably should, but
Californication is an interesting show.
Yeah,
It's
Sean William Scott loving Evolution.
Californication is it's David Duchovny if you strip him away from any, like, it's just raw Duchovny. It's what the person would make rather than the character from X-Files.
This scene must have been awful to film just from the slime perspective.
Oh,
it's very gloopy, isn't it?
Well, no, when we get what is it called again? Goop bath? I can't remember what it's called.
Get jelly bath.
The jelly bath, yeah.
Welcome. Love the fact they're going around in their long johns.
Yeah. It's the stuff.
Ah.
You just can't get enough of the stuff.
Okay, speaking of, because Mad Matt has said Orlando Jones, I want to name another film that Orlando Jones is in that gets a lot of hate, and I think it shouldn't, because I think it's got some really nice stuff in it, which is the Guy Pearce version of The Time Machine. Bobby Brown.
This was in Power Rangers, the movie.
I don't know.
I swear this song is in Power Rangers, the movie.
There's a lot of songs in it, but not this one.
Either that, or I have actually crossed the streams of Power Rangers, the movie, and this film.
I think you have.
Because of Ooze. Ivan Ooze is clearly the main antagonist of this movie.
It's a bit of a cameo there with Bobby Brown. I'm going to go on a mini rant in a second about something.
That's all right. I know what you were doing.
Yeah, Time Machine had some lovely effects around the time travel. A really good score. Right. Who likes French bread pizza? Nobody.
Yeah, but
Nobody.
weird.
No, French bread pizza is awful because what happens is it's too crispy. It burns
It's
your
too
mouth.
crispy. It is.
Burns
Yeah,
your mouth,
it's
and one bite of it, and all the toppings slide off, and then you've just got this slimy piece of French bread.
it's kind of like a Pop-Tart. It's the novelty of it is more entertaining than the actual food.
It's dreadful stuff. Dreadful stuff. It should be banned by the Geneva Convention.
It should be against. Why are all these mayoral offices
Exactly,
so...
Carl. That's why French bread pizza didn't survive past the early 90s.
I'm not allowed to insult Pop-Tarts, am I, Edward? Big word. Big word.
Hannibal Grimm says the only thing more dreadful than the French bread pizza is the Hot Pocket.
Those things are dangerous, yes.
Yes.
Maybe that's the problem at the moment. Everyone's sad and depressed because of slime.
Exactly.
We need to get the Ghostbusters.
I like the fact Ray's helping himself to one of the mayor's cigars.
Yeah. Before he even walked in, he had the cigar in his hand. Same with the English. Being miserable and treating everyone like scum is our God-given right.
No, not if we're British. We're polite to a fault.
Yes, but behind their backs, we treat them like dirt.
Right, Dom. You're in a restaurant with your wife in the UK, in a British restaurant, and you've got your soup, and the waiter happens to cut someone's big toe off and drop it into your soup in front of you.
Yes, of course.
And then a couple of minutes later, the waiter comes over and says, "Is everything okay with your soup?"
Everything's fine.
Okay. Is the big toe a problem, sir?
Nope, not a problem at all.
Best I've ever had. Best soup I've ever had.
Best big toe soup I've ever had.
I can eat around it, you know. And you'd be apologising to the waiter for causing them any distress.
I'm sorry.
If we're British and we go to complain somewhere, we have to apologise before we complain. And
I'm very sorry, but
I'm really sorry to complain. I wouldn't normally. Really sorry. But this isn't really good. I'm so sorry. It's a lot of candles.
I've heard all of this. I was trying to skip the cutscene of his. Yes, I've heard all of this. Come on, command me.
A child?
I can't unhear Max now. This is great.
Exactly. Mad Matt Ming the Merciless. He does Hannibal Grim. Peter McNichol makes this film great. He's a lot of fun in this.
He is. He's phenomenal. He steals the show, which is no small feat given the cast.
I also need to show something.
I got a sneaking suspicion that I'm actually more of a Lewis Tully than.
I need the I do need the everyone watching the watch party to bear me in their thoughts tomorrow.
Oh, hells! What's happening? Why? Why? You could be spending your time doing something far more valuable, like sleeping or.
I love the fact that we see him almost like an evil
Wicked
Mary
Witch of the West?
Poppins.
Yeah.
Mad Matt says I could also be taking a jelly bath instead.
You could. Oh no, no slopes. We can't. We can't.
We got
say the
Aquaman
Ghostbuster
versus
name.
Ghostbusters. Edward,
We'll have to have
unfortunately,
spooky
I've got
fish.
I've got an Odeon unlimited subscription, so I can just go and see as much as I want for one fee. But this is so creepy. There's something about nannies like that are, and the fact he's dressed as a nanny for some reason.
Ooh, everything ethereal about
Hannibal
it is
Grim.
just
I've seen Wonka, and Iron Claw isn't out in the UK until February, unfortunately.
American Fiction looks great. I've seen a trailer for it. We saw Poor Things in the theater recently. Such a great movie. It's the best movie I've seen with Mark Ruffalo in it.
Wonka's a lot of fun, Slopes. Last time this psychiatrist heard this kind of stuff, it was from his colleague, Dr. Silverman. Something about Holocausts and Judgment Day. Again, that looks so cool with all the paper just sort of flying around. And
I'm actually getting... Oh, we watched it like a couple of weeks ago.
What's that?
Oh, horny space vampires.
Life Force.
Life Force. I'm getting Life Force vibes. Wow, my brain was not allowing that word to crop into my head.
I've got to show you, actually. I used to go to a... when I worked in Swansea, one of the buildings I was based in for a while had an entrance very similar to a shrunk-down version of that museum.
Oh.
I'm trying to find a picture
Fancy.
of it here. It was built around the same time, that's why.
The one thing I do miss about England is, like Slopes has said, being able to say, oh yeah, the castle that's near my house. Like, how cool is that? I didn't realize how cool it was until I went to America.
That was the
and no one has castles here.
That was the entrance to where I was based.
That's lovely.
Yeah, the Guildhall. And I'd also recommend anyone who's joining us tonight, after you finish with us, please go and check out Slopes Game Room channel on YouTube. It's excellent. Lots of fun video game histories, kick scammers about Kickstarters, and just loads of great content. Mad
You
Max
wouldn't
says we have
believe.
castles. They're called mini golf.
It's true, and much like the castles in England, the castles in America in the mini golf places also have some homeless people crawling out of them and clawing at you like rabid raccoons. Yes, France does have loads of castles as well,
It does
but they're
indeed.
French castles. Ew. Oh, the soundtrack once again just.
Again, music's great.
This may be my favorite Ghostbusters adjacent music because it's that jazzy, funky vibe that I just love.
And we're seeing just everything. To be honest, I think I'm going to say right now, fuck this woman.
Yeah,
She deserves everything she gets wearing a mink coat.
yes.
It's a shame they didn't go for a throat.
You seen it. Wait, what have you seen? It's no bus boys cleaning up the town. You are correct. You are correct, Ms. Swift.
Yeah. Now, this
Says
is
the
something I'm going to ask
Titanic.
a serious question about. Right. The only thing is, right, when does it become appropriate to derive comedy from a tragedy?
Come on. We have to laugh, otherwise it's really sad.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
I understand completely, yeah.
Yes. Is there like an official time frame on it?
Yeah, it's when everyone stops saying too soon.
Yeah. Mad Max says too soon. Is that Ben Stein? I was going to say, Mr. Swift, that looks like Ben Stein's in there with them.
He was, yeah. Bueller. Edward, you are correct. The mayor and his advisor character being a discount Peck. The
Yeah.
difference is Peck was right and correct to try and.
Apparently, Peck is back in the new Ghostbusters.
Oh, good. The advisor in this is just a nasty antagonist. Once, about 5 years ago.
Great visual effects, though.
Phenomenal. ILM hit the nail on the head
And
every time.
It's not a swirling cloud of junk in the sky like all modern films have.
Yeah. It's interesting to get their old suits back.
Well, maybe they were just the first ones to hand that were available when they had to bring them clothes or something.
The others were in the wash.
Yeah.
God, this movie's warm, isn't it?
It is.
Just hypes you up. It makes you feel good.
It does.
And that's what I don't get about the comment that I may be misremembering the comment, but I swear someone did say that Ghostbusters 2 is a more cynical movie, and like I said, I disagree.
I don't know. I think it's got a good message to a lot of the film about positivity and positive thoughts and.
Well, yeah, you put out positivity, and positivity just regurgitates back at you. It's hard to not smile in a room full of smiling people.
Exactly.
Actually, that's creepy. If I sat in a room full of smiling people, I'd be frightened.
Sharon says, I'd probably evacuate if my city was under siege by ghosts and slime. Maybe.
Depends on the city. If I was in Birmingham, I'd just
Yeah.
expect it.
Yeah.
Like, we deserve it.
Again, in New York, you'd probably be like, oh, not
Could
again.
be worse, though. The rats.
Yep.
There are many perks in being the mother of a living
Free
god.
parking.
In New York, that's impressive. That's actually something that I can benefit from here in Vegas, because everywhere parking is charged now, except if you're a local, which I am, so I can park everywhere for free. We're not everywhere. Some places still charge. Yeah, you're right, Hannibal Grimm. If there's a room full of smiling people, then the purge sirens are about to go off.
Seeing everyone's a bit despondent now because they can't. You can hear the crowd going, oh, you didn't get through. You let us down.
Okay. What is the one thing you'll announce that will get everyone in New York City hyped, apart from lowering gas prices? Or I don't know, the Costco hot dogs are now not $1.50 for a foot long; it's just $1.
I don't know if they'd. No, you see, I don't know if they'd eat if they would in New York because they're Chicago style dogs, aren't they?
Well, I think they prefer Chicago. I prefer Chicago style dogs, to be fair. But
I don't know.
everyone loves the Costco.
It's very cultural, isn't it? It's very, very tribal almost between the cities with the pizza wars and the hot dog styles and.
Oh yeah, culinary wars. It's the fast food wars of Demolition Man fame.
I will say, actually, that is something I've seen a couple times when I've flown to America. Basically, one of the things is we fly in and you go past New York, you can see out the window of the plane. You can see the Statue of Liberty, which is like, wow. And you kind of know where you are, you know?
And the pulsing creature that lives within. Oh, Hannibal, you know how to piss off the entirety of New York with a single statement, do you? The Jets suck! Chicago-style pizza is superior. Your bagels are terrible!
That's a Chicago-style dog.
Oh, yeah. I like Chicago dogs. They're good. Got your jalapenos on there. Oh! The NES... God, what kind of controller is that? It's the...
It's a NES controller.
It is, but it's called something. It's like the power controller or something.
Oh, hang on. What was it called? It's called the NES Advantage.
The Advantage.
Yep.
How are they not using the Power Glove, though? Come on.
No. Power Glove was crap.
It's so bad.
It was bad.
No, the Dodgers belongs to LA now.
I know, Edward. And in Chicago, apparently, if you ask for ketchup and mustard on a hot dog, they'll kind of spit in your face, apparently.
Pretty much, yeah. Really? A Godzilla-style kaiju monster coming to stomp things would get people hyped?
Yeah. I don't know about that Immortal Rumors. I can't comment on New Yorkers being too uptight. Aww. But I like this because we're actually seeing growth for Lewis.
Yeah. And he gets best girl.
Yeah.
And a hero intro. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this awesome. with his earmuffs.
And the fact he has to get the bus.
Yeah. Where's your patriotism, Dom? I'm English. I don't have any patriotism.
Thing is, this isn't the craziest New Year's Eve in New York on record.
Didn't Cloverfield happen at New Year's Eve?
I think so.
I don't know where it is, Edward. I don't know. It lost somewhere on the flight when I came to join the American Revolution. A couple of 100 years too late.
And you know what? I'm not too bothered about the silliness of the fact that they're walking her around, now they've got her moving with the slime and all this other bits and stuff. You know, it's just fun. This is fun.
It is, and it's iconic.
Yeah.
You think of Ghostbusters 1, you think of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Ghostbusters 2, you think Vigo and the Statue of Liberty and slime.
Sharon's saying this is silly. It is, but I don't mind it because it's fun.
Party times.
I mean, obviously the amount of Slimer they put in the film has increased because of the cartoon, isn't it? Because he was such a main character in it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really disturbing.
Yep, it was. I like the tablets that the baby's placed on, though. That's cute.
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of language is on there. And you're right, yeah, Hannibal and Janosch. Janosch is best boy in this film.
But if you look, everyone in New York, because it's not actually her breaking in; it's because she's getting the positive energy from the crowd.
Yeah. Go away!
Go away!
I love how pathetic Janosch is.
Yeah. It's the fact he's almost dancing. Oh God, he's almost dancing around in it.
I never understood the slime obsession when I was a kid. Like Nickelodeon had their slime, and I saw loads of kids playing with like Play-Doh and slimy stuff. I didn't understand though. I didn't get it.
But also, we're seeing here that Venkman is actually, he's got Oscar. He's quite attached to Oscar now.
Yeah, he's a good dad.
Yeah.
Slime is fun, Edward. I guess. There's a Nickelodeon slime.
Venkman may not be a father here, but he's being a dad. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Even with that artificial baby he was holding a second ago.
Yeah. Pocket slime. I'm now concerned, Edward, that you just have slime in your pocket at all times for
who
just
doesn't?
that occasion.
Who doesn't?
Oh no. I'm still hungover.
Again, not the weirdest New Year's Eve in New York ever.
No. 2.5.
I like the fact, though, that the bad guys, Ghostbusters, don't tend to have very prolonged battles with them.
No, yeah, they zap him a little bit.
Yeah.
Our Discord
never-
server's become obsessed with slime.
Of course.
Was
Exactly,
slime
Hannibal.
part
Why
of
am I dripping with
Ghostbusters?
goo?
Yeah.
Okay, he needs some nourishment stuff on his hair to some defrizzing spray.
Oh, for sure. I can't help but picture Fabio now.
Yeah,
As
deep condition
Vigo.
as Swift. Yeah. Yes, exactly, Mad Mac. Fabio of Carpathia.
Such luscious, silky hair. That's what I think of the Californians. I'm on Team Vigo now. Screw California. I'm just salty because they're all moving here. They're bringing their terrible driving with them.
Yes, but we all know what Fabio's one weakness in life is, don't we?
Getting shot? I can't remember.
It's geese.
Oh yeah, it's geese. Yeah. I knew there was a gory image of Fabio, and I can't remember how it came about, but he got smacked in the face by a goose, didn't he?
On a roller coaster. Now, this is actually something that Lewis is actually helping them, because what he's doing is he's spurring on their good energy.
Yeah,
which
he's being a
weakens
conduit.
Vigo. Yeah.
Lewis is the hero of the movie.
He is. He's an unsung hero here, because he fires up his proton pack, even though it's maybe not doing anything to weaken Vigo. The people seeing it.
Immortal Rimus, your brother visited the Carpathian Mountains once for work. Work? Work. Did he come back with an auspicious accent that you couldn't place?
It's just what Lewis doesn't slip with that proton pack. The way he's waving it around outside.
Yeah. There's a photojournalist, and it was for an article. Sure, Immortal Rimus, sure. We've all heard that story before.
It's got a good uplifting score, though, hasn't it?
It does. And a good uplifting ending. Groovy. I desperately want to go to the alternate universe where we got a Ghostbusters 3 in the 90s. I want to know what a 90s Ghostbusters would have felt like.
You don't want to know that, because what if you see the truth of what it was?
Oh, you're right. It could have been terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Evolution. That was pretty much.
Oh, Mad Matt. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were trying to say you wanted to see the Ghostbusters taking down Patrick Swayze in Ghost. That'd be a dark crossover, wouldn't it?
Whoopi Goldberg would have been a Ghostbuster. I need to get a gaudy oil painting of myself slaying some mythical creature.
Oh, this scene must have been great to film. Now we're at the end of the film, but just to comment on how much fun must this scene have been with everyone cheering and dancing for them coming down the hall, down the steps.
To that iconic music.
Yeah. There we go, everybody. That was Ghostbusters 2. And we'll take your comments on that. Dom.
Phenomenal sequel.
I don't get the hate at all. I don't get the hate.
Neither do I. It's confusing. It's a great sequel.
I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It wore its heart on its sleeve. It was a lot of fun. And it's what I wanted from a Ghostbusters sequel. I didn't need any more. But yeah, let's see what the chat have to say. Immortalmus, one of my favourite sequels to an immortal classic, and it's a damn shame we never got a third to complete a future 4K trilogy set today. Then Lizard Man, it's a silly movie, but I think I like it better now than I used to. Sharon, now How to Get the Statue of Liberty Back. Fun, silly, much better decades after its release. Chaos Theory, it's a fun sequel, better than some people want to give it credit for. Calbot, always like this movie. Not as good as the original, but it's fun and it's Ghostbusters. Miss Swift, not bad, just didn't knock my socks off. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've had a great time today with this. This has just been a great film to end the year on. We've had a great year of watch parties. We started off a bit rough with my health problems at the start of 2023, but we got through them. And so that concludes 2023. Well, next week we will be back in 2024, of course. Back to Sundays, as usual, at the normal time, but on a Sunday. And we will be starting off the new year with RoboCop 3. Yeah. It'll be fun. We'll make it fun, I'm sure.
Start the new year off with a bang.
Yeah. RoboCop 3. But we've got some other great stuff as well, though, planned for you next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, wherever you are, stay safe. Have a fantastic new year. And look after each other. Be kind. And we'll see you all in 8 days' time. Until then, good night and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.